How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be going over the top 5 worst guns to use in Cold War Zombies right now during Season 1. Now, before we get into the list, I just want to strongly emphasize that this is just my opinion. I am in no way saying that my list is the correct list, so to say. This is just my opinion based on my playtime throughout the game so far. But before we get into that, if you happen to enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome zombies content just like this. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss any of my future uploads. And without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video. Now coming into our number 5 spot is the LW3 Tundra. Now, I am aware that this gun can do 1 million damage in one shot, but that is literally the only good thing about this gun, and that doesn't come into effect that often. Now, historically, snipers have never really been good in zombies because killing zombies one at a time has never been the most optimal strategy to do. Also, combine it with how slow this weapon is when you aim down the sights, and you usually have to headshot a zombie to kill them in one shot, just makes this not a great weapon. Also, it is worth mentioning that if you're going to use this weapon, you almost have to exclusively quickscope when using this, and not everyone is good at quickscoping or even enjoys doing it. Now, this gun is not like completely unusable, but when you compare it to things like all of the ARs, SMGs, and shotguns, it is by far the worst of the bunch, but it's not worse than what's left on the list. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be the Pelington 703. Now, the problem with the Pelington is that it has all of the same problems as the Tundra, where it's slow and you basically only have to quickscope with it, but it is also significantly weaker than the Tundra. And one of the Tundra's main selling points is that it could do 1 million damage per shot if you headshot and it's like fully maxed out, but the Pelington can't do that, which in my opinion makes this a strictly worse weapon than the Tundra. But like the Tundra, it isn't a complete piece of garbage, but I would never pick it over something like, any of the full auto guns, any of the shotguns, anything like that. In the number 3 spot is going to be the Sigma 2 rocket launcher. Now, we are getting to the point in the list where I actually think that these guns are just terrible, and the Sigma here is a perfect example. It is a forced ADS rocket launcher that does a ton of splash damage to yourself. Now, when you're using this, you are ungodly slow, and you take like a year to even take a shot because of the forced ADS, and you're also going to do a lot of damage to yourself when doing it most of the time. Also, this gun really doesn't even do that much damage to the zombies, honestly. It is more likely that you will do more damage to yourself than to the zombies themselves on some shots. And also mix that with the fact that the ray gun, the best gun in the game, also does splash damage, which really makes this gun unusable. Now, I think that something like the RPG is infinitely better because you are faster when using it, and you aren't forced to ADS when using it. Overall, I think that this gun is just awful, and that you should never use this gun unless you are going for camos. Now, coming in the number 2 spot is the M82 sniper rifle. Now, I think by this point everyone kind of knows that this gun is terrible in zombies because of its massive recoil and its lack of damage output. I have put every single sniper in the game on this list, and it's not because I'm a hater on snipers. I actually love sniping. It's my favorite thing to do in COD. Unfortunately, I just think they're terrible in this game. And like the other 2 snipers in this game, the M82 also suffers from all the same problems. It's slow, its ADS time is slow, but with this gun, it has the most recoil, so you can't really even quickscope with it. Now, I also think that this gun is the worst in its class when dealing with megatons as well. Now, that also seems like, something that makes it worse than the other snipers, because they can usually one-shot a megaton. Now, overall, this gun has just nothing good about it. Like, I literally can't even think of one good thing to say about the M82 sniper rifle, and that's why it's here on the number 2 spot. But there is one other gun in this game that is somehow worse than the M82. And coming into the number 1 spot as the worst gun in the entire game right now is the Magnum. Now, like the M82, I cannot think of a single good thing to say about the Magnum. Its damage output is laughable unless you headshot them, which is also a challenge within itself because this gun is actually kind of hard to aim. Like, it's deceptively hard. Like, it doesn't seem hard to aim, but half the time when you think you hit them, you don't. Like, there have been so many times where I would bet money that I hit them right in the head, but I somehow missed. and its reload time is also a huge factor in why it's so bad. And when you get some attachments on it, the reload time isn't bad, but that's the only thing that gets increased when you put attachments on it. It is still a laughable gun. I would personally never recommend that someone uses this gun. I would just get the camo challenges done and then never touch this gun again, honestly. It is just that bad. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to comment down below if you agree or disagree with my list, and if there were any guns that weren't on here that you think should be. But if you happen to enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome zombies content just like this. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss any of my future uploads. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you in the next video.